Okay, here is PSFE Paysafe. This finishes at $4.24, and that is down 41.68% today. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. All right, here is WISH, Wish ContextLogic. This finishes at $5.47 today. That is up 7.25%. So this is a meme stock. Was very popular a couple months ago. It has since sold off very significantly. Looks like it bottomed out at around 460. But a lot of apes like this stock and have been wrecked the past couple of months. But today, earnings came out and we do have news. So let's check it out. Well, first of all, we got a whole bunch of price downgrades. Credit Suisse lowers price target to 15. That's still pretty good. Stifel downgrades their price target to $5. And the news is that the CEO is going to step down. So the earnings, so EPS was negative 10 cents, which beat the estimate of negative 15 cents. And revenue was $368 million, which beat the estimate of $353.62 million. So actually, yeah, really good earnings, really good earnings. So the news about the CEO stepping down is not great PR, but great earnings. And that's probably why the stock went up so much today. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, we have a gap down at around 950. So that is a bullish indicator that is telling us this stock should come back up to 950 eventually to fill that gap. This also looks like a cup and handle in the making. There are a lot of possible tops. The top could be 1060, 1420, 20 bucks, or 30 bucks. So what's important is that all of those possible tops are above the current price. So this would be a bullish indicator because that means the stock should come back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 570 and 525. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 570, 615, 690, 765, 850, 915, 1010, 1060, 1120, 1185, 1285, 1350, 1425, 1545, 1650, 1750, 1860, 1990, 2110, 2230, 2305, 2390, 2480, 2575, 2660, 2815, 2905, 3015, 3205, and then the high of 3285. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support are 525 and then the low of 460. So right now at this current price, 547, the channels to the upside are pretty decently sized. So expect a good amount of price action. If this goes to the upside, RSI is currently at 51, so that is very average. So according to the RSI, this current price, 547, is around fair market value. And this did 88 million in volume today. Very significant volume. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. Okay, guys, so just my opinion, not financial advice. This chart looks really, really bullish right now. Like I said, gap down at 950, cup and handle in the making. Really no bearish indicators, and we have a neutral indicator in the RSI. So yeah, the chart looks bullish. This is near a relative low. Really can't go down too much further. This really shouldn't go below 460. There's some very strong support there. So yeah, therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I think that would be an excellent play. 547 is a very good entry. Can't really get too much lower, and if it does, then you can just average down. This should come back up to at least 950 and probably higher in the long term. It might take a while. You know, this is not going to happen overnight, but as long as you're willing to hold for the long term, this does look like an excellent entry for going long. So I would support going long. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. There's really no reason to do that. Again, chart looks really bullish. Strong support at 460. This is already near an all-time low. So not too much downside potential, a lot of upside potential. Shorting here would be a high-risk, low-reward play. Not too smart. No reason to do that. So yeah, if you went short here, you'd be asking for trouble. That'd be a really bad idea. So please don't short. I really don't see a reason why you would do that. right now. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is WISH, Wish ContextLogic. Okay, here is PSFE Paysafe. This finishes at $4.24, and that is down 41.68% today. So this is also a low-key meme stock. A couple months ago, the Wall Street Bets apes were all over this one. Haven't heard about it much since then. But today we have earnings, nasty pullback, and it was trending on StockTwits, so we'll talk about it. So yeah, the reason why this tanked so much today was because of earnings. So let's check out the earnings. So the revenue was $353.6 million, which missed the estimate of $370.63 million. And I'm not quite sure what the EPS was, but overall the market did not like the earnings, very bad earnings, and yeah, major sell-off today. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, we have a gap down at around $10. So that is a bullish indicator that is telling us this stock should come back up to $10 eventually to fill that gap. We have another gap down today at around $7.20. So again, bullish indicator that is telling us the stock should come back up to $7.20 eventually to fill that gap. So double gap down. So right now this is sitting on the support of $4.25, which it finished at today. And that is literally an all-time low. Disgusting. So no support to the downside, and if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be $4.95, $6.85, $7.20, $7.60, $8.05, $8.30, $8.60, $9, $9.45, $9.80, $10.10, $10.45, $10.80, $11.10, $11.45, $11.95, $12.40, $12.90, $13.50, $14.05, $14.45, $14.90, $15.40, $16.05, $16.55, $16.95, $17.45, $17.75, $18.50, and then the high of $19.57. The RSI is currently at 21, so that is very oversold and very undervalued. And this did 256 million in volume today. Very significant volume, so this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. Alright guys, I think this one is pretty obvious. This is a clear buying opportunity here. This is literally the all-time low, double gap down, low RSI, so very bullish indicators, no neutral or bearish indicators. So this may not be done pulling back just yet. There still appears to be a little bit more room to go to the downside, but if you want to go long right here at 424, you know, this is literally the all-time low. So this is an excellent entry already, but there is still downside potential. I would have no problems with you guys buying in at 424, and if it pulls back, then you could just average down. Really shouldn't go down too much more from here. You know, eventually this should come back up to at least $10, probably more. Probably going to take a while, in all honesty, but as long as you're willing to hold, this looks like an excellent play to go long on. You should be able to make about 150% if you buy here and hold for the long term. So yeah, I support going long. Excellent play right now. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. There's absolutely no reason to do that. Very bullish looking. I don't know why you would short here at the all-time low. Not too much downside potential, a lot of upside potential. So going short here would be a disaster. There's absolutely no reason to do that. Please don't go short here. That's a bad idea. So sorry to everyone who lost money in the stock today. Very disgusting, but just hang in there. Like I said, this looks like an excellent buying opportunity. Not financial advice. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is PSFE Paysafe. Alright, here's SOFI, SOFI Technologies. This finishes at $22.97 today. That is up 12.49%. So, another meme stock. The apes really like this stock on Wall Street Bets and StockTwits. So, again, we have earnings. Let's check it out. Alright, so the EPS was negative 5 cents, which beat the estimate of negative 14 cents, and sales were $1 billion, which beat the estimate of $979.6 million. So really good earnings here. They crushed it. The apes loved it, the institutions loved it, and the stock is up 12.5% today. Very nice. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, we have a gap up at 2180. So that would be a bearish indicator that is telling us the stock should come back down to 2180 eventually to fill that gap. Probably going to be in the short term. This also looks like a complete cup here. Top of the cup being 2430, and it appears like the bottom of the cup is 1375. So that would be a bearish indicator because that is telling us the stock should pull back halfway to form the handle. So just some quick math off the top of my head. Halfway between 24.30 and 13.75 would be around $19. So I do think this should pull back to around 19 to form the handle, consolidate for a little bit, and then eventually break out again. But yeah, that's currently a bearish indicator. So right now this is sitting on the support of 23, which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 23.85, 24.30, 25.05, 26.05, and then the high of 28.26. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 22.40, 21.95, 21.20, 20.50, 19.75, 19.05, 18.50, 17.95, 17.20, 16.55, 16.05, 15.50, 15.25, 14.85, 14.40, 14, 13.75, 13.10, 12.55, $12, 11.35, $11, and then the low of 10.45. The RSI is currently at 62, so a little bit above average, but nothing to be concerned about. And this did 72 million in volume today. Very significant volume. Actually, the biggest volume day ever for the stock. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. Okay, guys. So yeah, great earnings. Great day for the stock today. Unfortunately, this chart does look bearish in the short term. Like I said, gap up at 21.80, and it looks like the cup complete here, and the next step would be to form the handle. And like I said before, this should pull back to around 19 to form the handle, consolidate, and eventually break out again. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. It's probably going to pull back in the short term. So if you were to go long here, you're probably going to end up holding some bags. I don't think 23 is a great entry. I would say hold off to 19. Please set your buy orders to 19. It should pull back there, and if it goes lower than that, then you can just average down at these supports that I mentioned before. Yeah, 23, not a great entry. 19 is a good entry. So I support going long at 19 and lower. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice. Again, looks very bearish. Should pull back to 19. So I would support going short here at 23. That would be around a 20% downside to 19. So a pretty decent play. Good amount of tendies to be made. Not the most, but it's a relatively safe play. Going short would be a low risk, medium reward play, I would say. So again, not the most money in the world, not the most tendies in the world, but fairly easy short here. Not financial advice. So I would support going short at 23, but please just cover at 19. It may go lower than that, but I think 19 would be a great exit for going short. Yeah, going short looks like a pretty decent play. I would support it. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today. Consider taking profits if you're up, not financial advice. But like I said, looks bearish in the short term. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is SOFI Technologies. Okay, here is PROG Progenity. This finishes at $3.10 today. That is down 11.93%. So yet again, another meme stock. This one has been popular very recently. This started to gain momentum back in October last month. It went 4x in a month, so very impressive. So this one also had earnings. So let's take a look at that. Let's check it out. So EPS was negative 46 cents, which missed the estimate of negative 45 cents. So barely missed. The revenue was $182,000. So I'm not sure if that beat or missed the estimate, but that's really not too much. $182,000. Not very impressive. There's also some minor news. There is a new CEO. So, but overall, it seems like the market was not impressed by the earnings, and that is why the stock is down 11.93% today. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So this does appear like a complete cup at around $4. So the top would be $4 and the bottom would be 65 cents. So just some quick math. If this is in fact a complete cup, this should pull back to around 270 to complete the handle. So that would currently be a bearish indicator, again, because this should pull back to form the handle here. And 270 is about halfway between 4 and 65 cents. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 320 and 290. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 320, 340, 360, 380, $4, 425, 455, 475, $5, 520, 535, 550, 575, 595, 610, 630, 645, 685, 730, and then the high of 780. And there is resistance above that, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 290, 260, 235, 220, 195, 175, 145, 120, 110, $1, 85 cents, 75 cents, and then the low of 66 cents. So right now at this current price, 310, the channels to the upside and the downside are decently sized, so expect a good amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 645 to the upside, the channel starts to open and get real wide, so expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 645. The RSI is currently at 53, so that is very average. So according to the RSI, this current price of 310 is around fair market value, and this did 23 million in volume today. Significant volume, so this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. Okay guys, so there's really not too much to go off of for this chart, except for the cup and handle. So like I said, that is currently bearish, and I'm predicting this should pull back to around 270 to complete the handle. And then it should consolidate around 270 for a while, and then eventually break out again. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. Again, this should pull back to around 270, so I don't think 310 is a good entry to go long, but I would support going long at 270. I would actually set my buy orders to around 260 because there is no support at 270, but there is one at 260. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, seems like a pretty decent play. From 310 to 260, that would be around a 15 to 20% downside. Not the most tendies in the world, but a decent amount. I would say going short is a medium risk, medium reward play. Worth a shot. Not the best play, but you should be able to make 15 to 20% on the downside. So I'm not loving the play, but I would support going short. Just please cover around 270 or 260. So, sorry to everyone who lost money in the stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is PROG Progenity. Okay, here is RIDE, Ride, Lordstown Motors. This finishes at $6.89 today. That is up 23.92%. We're talking about another meme stock here. This has been a meme stock for a while. The apes really like this one. It's been selling off, had some very bad PR along the way, but the apes still believe in this one. So we do have news and earnings on this one, and earnings just came out, so let's check it out. So let's start with the news. First of all, the company is hiring a bunch of new executives. They're hiring a new president, a new senior vice president of operations, a new executive vice president, chief commercial officer, and then Lordstown agrees to sell their Ohio plant to Foxconn, and it appears like they're going to partner up to develop new vehicles. This is kind of old news. There was talk about this before, but I guess it's official now. So that was bullish news. The apes like that news. But the earnings just came out at 4 o'clock, not too long ago, and it appears like the market does not like it because the stock is selling off right now. It's at 620 in the aftermarket here. So let's check out the earnings. So EPS was negative 54 cents, which beat the estimate of negative 59 cents. And I don't think there's any revenue because they haven't delivered any vehicles yet. It says the net loss for Q3 was 96 million. So yeah, disappointing earnings. I don't really know what you guys expected. But yeah, earnings just came out. EPS missed, and it appears like the market is not happy with that. Stock is selling off right now. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, there's a gap up at around 585. So that is a bearish indicator. That is telling us the stock should pull back to 585 eventually to fill that gap. Probably going to happen in the short term. There's also a gap down way back at 2265. So that would be a bullish indicator that is telling us this stock should come back up to 2265 eventually to fill that gap. Now that's probably going to be a while, but very interesting, very noteworthy. So eventually this should come back up to 2265. This also looks like a possible cup and handle. Top of the cup being 880 and the bottom being 465, which is the low. So that would be a bullish indicator that is telling us the stock should come back up to 880 to fill the top of this cup. That's probably going to happen in the shorter term. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 695 and 635. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 695, 745, 805, 880, 970, 1040, $11, 1180, 1245, 1355, 1475, 1620, 1725, 1855, 20, $20, 2150, 2265, 2340, 2465, 2585, 2695, 2850, 2945, 3090, and then the high of 3157. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 635, 580, 525, and then the low of 470. So right now at this current price, 689, the channels to the upside and the downside are decently sized, so expect a good amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 1245 to the upside, the channel starts to open up and get real wide, so expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 1245. RSI is currently at 67, so not quite overbought and overvalued, but quickly approaching that. So be careful, guys, although it should be pulling back now in the aftermarket. And this did 57 million in volume today. Very significant volume. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. Okay, guys, so just my opinion, not financial advice. I really don't like this stock. I don't like the fundamentals. I don't like the PR that's been getting released about this company. It does not seem like they have their stuff together. Seems like they're a mess right now. But we're just going to go off the chart here. I would say in the short term, it looks bearish. Should pull back to 585 to fill the gap, like I said before. But longer term, this does look bullish. It really can't go too much lower. And again, we have the cup and handle and the gap down at 2265. So if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would not do it just yet. I don't think 690 is a good entry. But if it pulls back to 585 to fill the gap, then I think you should load up. I think 585 is an excellent entry. And if it pulls back below that, then you can just average down at 525 and 470. Really shouldn't go lower than 470. That is the all-time low. Very strong support there. So I don't think 690 is a great entry, but I would support going long at 585 or lower. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that and I would not recommend that. You can probably make some money. Very little, though. This is already near a relative low. Really can't go too much lower. Not too much downside potential. Very strong support at 470, and I really don't think it's going to go too much lower than 585 once it fills the gap. So, yeah, going short would be a high-risk, low-reward play. Not too much money to be made to the downside, and you're putting yourself at a lot of risk of getting squeezed out to the upside. So it just doesn't really make sense. Doesn't seem too smart, so I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. Please don't short this, guys. Maybe if it comes back up to 880, you can make the argument for going short, but definitely not a good idea at this current price. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today. Consider taking profits if you're up. Not financial advice, but doesn't look great in the short term. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is RIDE, Ride Lordstown Motors. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video. Please subscribe and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know. Diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.